Is it just me, or has Instagram become a complete shell of itself as of recently? I feel like it's completely disassociated. Like, it doesn't even make sense. It doesn't even closely resemble what it used to be about. It's completely different now. It's been TikTokified to such an unbelievable degree that, like, you don't even see posts anymore. It's literally all just reels. And like the CEO, every time he gets on camera, he's like, guys, post reels, Instagram's moving to reels. It's like, damn, this thing is completely changed now to, in comparison to when I first started using it back in like 2014 or something. I remember back in 2014, back in the days of grids, back in the days of, people posting pictures on Instagram. I remember like all my friends at the time, it was a brand new app. So like everybody was just posting random things. I was just posting random things. It was beautiful. You could, every single one of your friends was probably on there. You had like big group chats with people, and people actually used to use the app. You know what I mean? I feel like now literally the only people that are still on the app is like some girls are on there, some guys are on there, some influencers are on there. It does feel very influencer heavy, where it's like you just no none of my friends really post anymore, right? Like if at all. If not, most of them have just deleted the app altogether because they just don't care that much about it anymore. It doesn't feel the same way that it used to. And it doesn't feel as connected. You don't feel as connected to your friends through it anymore because nobody really posts anything. The only thing people really post is like stories. Stories is pretty much the only thing that you really see people posting on, where they'll just post like random shit, like here's my food, here's my, back then what people used to post to like just their main Instagram feed, people now just post to stories and then it disappears in 24 hours. It's less tangible that way just because it's gone, It feels like a throwaway post. Like back then what you would consider an actual just like throwaway post or like something you'd put in like a carousel. Now it's just a story. I don't know what exactly happened to like make it. Don't mind my lamp, by the way. I think that's my light bulb dying, so that's just gonna happen for a little bit until I choose to replace it. I don't know if I'm gonna choose to replace it soon, but yeah, don't mind that, flickering going on or whatever. But yeah, no, it is pretty nuts how like much Instagram has changed, how different it is, right? Because like I remember back in the day, you'd like go on Instagram and people would post stuff and it would be there, and you could see posts and it would actually show you posts that your friends made. Remember those days? Back when you could see posts that were made by your friends and not just like 65 ads. That's the other thing with Instagram is like every other post is now just an ad for something. Whether it's like our sponsored reel, right? Or if it's a like a straight up like ad on your feed. It feels like you scroll like 3 posts, right? And then you just get random posts from people and ads. You get like some random posts from like random people that you've never seen in your life, and then ads. Ads. It's unbelievable like what Instagram has become now. Even stories. There's story ads, right? Every like 2, 3 stories, there's an ad. There's an ad break. After watching 3 seconds of stories, there's like another story of an ad. It's absolutely insane. Like what happened to Instagram? Why is it literally just ads? It feels like you literally go on there and it's ads. There's ads, posts from people that you don't know, and like a couple of your friends post some stories. That's pretty much it. It feels like a wasteland. You know what I mean? It feels like completely gone. It's completely different from what it used to be, obviously. But yeah, it's shocking to me how far we've strayed from just regular, good old fashioned feed posts, on Instagram. I don't know what exactly happened. I don't know why people stopped posting, right? Because I remember for like a good stretch of time from like 2014 to, for me, probably about 2020, 2019 maybe, that people posted on Instagram. People would post like every now and again, right? People would post like for their birthday, people would post when they're out or doing something. These days, like you don't see that happening that much. Like you see it sometimes, right? Some of my friends still do that, but it's like a fraction. It's like 1/4 of what it used to be, which is like shocking to me. I'm like, damn, like no one cares anymore. It doesn't really matter. And like I personally don't post on Instagram at all for those exact reasons. It's like my friends aren't on there anymore, right? Most of my friends have deleted the app, or they completely don't post, or they just post stories and that's it every now and again. So it feels like if even if I do post, it's like none of my friends are there to see it. You know what I mean? They've all deleted the app. So it's like, who am I really posting this for? You know, like some like random people that I know, you know, it's not like it doesn't feel as like connected anymore because so many people don't use the app anymore. It feels like this literally feels like what happened to Facebook, right? Is now happening to Instagram. Like Instagram is starting to become what Facebook is now to like young people. Instagram is starting to become that too. Because I remember when I was growing up, right? Facebook was like the older, like weird cousin of Instagram that just like no one really wanted to talk to that much, you know, like in my generation specifically, like no one really had Facebook accounts. Like a few people did, but it wasn't really something that people would post actively on, right? That was more for like the older people. And Instagram was more for like our generation of our, you know, our age group. And now it feels like that's completely gone, right? Everyone's just either on TikTok, right? Everybody's on TikTok, and that's kind of it, you know, like there's really not many other things, right? There's in terms of where people post, right? People just post on TikTok now. It's like nobody really interacts with the Instagram platform anymore. And yeah, it was just like that's so interesting, like how much every single platform, right, is now trying to become the TikTok. They're TikTokifying every single platform, right? Instagram with Reels. Facebook has like Reels, I think, too, right? YouTube has Reels. LinkedIn has Reels, which is insane, right? Every single platform is now fully based on Reels. It's short form, like quick 3 second, 5 second. It's like we're back in Vine days. You know, we're back in Vine days. The world is cyclical, which I liked Vine. You know, I like TikTok. It's just interesting to me, like how a platform like Instagram that's like so massive and so huge and like you'd think, oh, okay, like they're gonna do new innovative stuff that crushes it or whatever, and they're gonna be back on top. But it's like, no, they just took stories from Snapchat and they took reels from TikTok and just put it in. And that's about as much innovation as they've done in the past like decade. You know, they haven't really added too much to that, right? The only other thing that they've done is those little like you know in your messages you have those little thread posts or whatever. You see those like little featured little thread like just text posts? That's pretty much the only thing. And I've personally, you know, I someone that I know posts one of those like once a month. I don't think anyone's ever interacted with those. Like there's literally like one or two people I know that post on that little like thread box or whatever. That's about it. Like once, maybe twice a month, I might see someone post a thread on there. It's crazy. Like, damn, nobody uses it. It's like a ghost town. You know, you walk in, you see like cobwebs and shit. You know what I mean? Like, there's a ghost somewhere that you hear. It's completely barren. And yeah, it's like super interesting to me how that happened or what caused that to happen because it felt like it was going so well. Like, I loved using Instagram before, but then, yeah, something changed. Something changed, and it's just not the same anymore. It doesn't feel close to the same. And yeah, I'm not sure if I'll really be back to posting on that thing because it's pretty bad. It's in a bad state right now.